What's up everyone, how's it going? In this game we have VanDerDorf as our green Byzantine spawning on the northwest side of Dry Arabia. Over on the southeast we have Light the Beam as our red Japanese. Okay, he is sending those sheep back. I had to double check. So we see standard, pretty standard. Nice Dark Age Tawara upgrade, one of my favorite Dark Age upgrades in the game. Absolutely amazing. We're going to see how Light the Beam actually utilizes it, because at about 3/4 of the way done we should see a forced drop off, and then moving over to berries, moving the villagers from sheep to berries. Doesn't seem like it's happening. No, Tawara is done. We have the forge up and running already as well. There should be a single cistern in a pretty decent position. Let's see here. It gets the wood, gold. Ooh, he supply blocked himself pretty heavily. That's why he sent all the freaking villagers over there. Yeah, that was a pretty bad move by VanDerDorf. Has he moved it? No. Okay, so situations like this, do not get the Tawara upgrade if you're not going to be utilizing it properly or to its full effect, because yes, you still get the movement speed, you get the +3 carry capacity, but all of that goes in tandem with going for the berry bushes. So going for the berries, it increases your efficiency, your gather rate for berries, which means you get more of them faster, and it actually translates to getting berries is better than getting sheep once you get the Dark Age Tawara upgrade, or well, once you get the Tawara upgrade itself. So all of these villagers right here, all 8 of these should have already been over here at the berries, gathering all of that up. That way in the feudal castle age, you'll have more sheep under, or you'll have sheep under your TC in case of raids, all that good stuff. So it's, yeah, I don't understand. We are getting the Kura storehouse, Imperial Hippodrome for VanDerDorf. Yeah, so in this situation where the Byzantine player is going for the Imperial Hippodrome, it would have just been a lot more beneficial having all these villagers over here at the berries, eating all of that up. That way you have all your villagers nice and safe under the town center. More food under the town center, less likely of them getting picked off, all that good stuff. The positioning of the Kura storehouse I actually don't like either. It's so open back here. Could have easily dropped it a square away from the town center. That way you get your first 4 facing the TC, and it'd be in a nice safe location. Putting it over here on the other side, on the left side of the town center, you're gonna leave yourself open to getting picked off by not only by hippodrome, or not only by cavalry, but also by archers in the future, range units that will be popping out. Also remember that the cistern has been buffed. I try to say this as often as I can with the Byzantines, because there are still a few people that are going for a 2 cisterns in the Dark Age. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, it's just not as cost efficient anymore as it once was pre January 30th patch, where you needed the 2 cisterns to get the level 10 irrigated, or the 10% irrigated gather rate bonus. Now the 10% is on the level 1, so all you need is a single cistern. Both players hit feudal roughly around the same time, and our Japanese player has already transitioned into his into the farm. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I do not like how the Japanese player is building. He is a top 200 as of a top 200 conqueror player as of the recording of this video. I might be missing something, but I really don't like how he's playing this. We'll see how it progresses, of course, because it could have just Okay, second farm's down already. I don't know. It could have just been an oversight from him, like a panic. Oh crap, let me drop it down. I can age up. Because his positioning. Ooh, that was a forward barracks and it ended up getting canceled. Well, not really forward, but a barracks in the front of his base does end up getting canceled by that single horseman. 2 horsemen are out. Expellitorus, where are you? Where are you? There. Oh, Expellitorus has already been picked up. Awesome. Okay. Alright, I must have missed that, of course. Really nice from VanDerDorf grabbing that as soon as possible. That way he does the bonus damage to the villagers. There's only one. There's a second one coming over here at the gold, but there's already a spear there. No hardened upgrade quite yet. Generally, they'll grab 2 or 3 spears and then go into the hardened. I usually grab 1 spear hardened and then just go from there. So I don't know how the math checks out for a lot of people, but yeah, that's how I like doing it. 2 horsemen, 1 spear, 1 scout. No upgrades, of course, for either player. There is a scout potentially going to be getting picked off right now. Yes, it will. And now Light the Beam is sitting on 4 spears and his scout against 3 horsemen for VanDerDorf. It's not actually looking that bad for him right now. There are 4 farms up and running as well for our Japanese player. I would like to see a wall potentially connecting it to the stone. Yeah, connect the wall to the stone just so he doesn't get any run-bys on the western side of his base. Light the Beam sending out his scout to do its due diligence, and that is to scout. To make sure that no heavy aggression is coming. If there is, then he sees it. Mercenary house is done. Did go with the western contract. Doesn't have enough olive oil yet in order to start producing anything, since the longbows are 500. But if you went for the Keshex, it'd be 400. And there's no reason to go Silk Road because all of them are bad. Like, if you want to go Silk Road for the javelin throwers against English, you might as well just go Keshex or just go longbows yourself, in honesty. Like, the rest of the build or the rest of the units in there, this is a heavy farm transition already for our Japanese player. We are getting a little bit of a harassment at the gold. No villagers have went down yet. The first one almost 5 HP, almost gets that pick off, but he did weaken a couple of them. Floating gate, fast castle coming through for Light the Beam, our red Japanese player. We'll see what VanDerDorf does in order, or what VanDerDorf does in reaction to this. Already VanDerDorf sitting on a decent military size. He has already been harassing quite a bit as well, so he might get prompted to actually go in for the attack as soon as he gets the notification that Light the Beam has hit Castle Age. He's sitting on 17 military against 7, and the majority of it are just spears. There's 6 spears, 1 scout, and 2 samurai underway. Who's supply blocked? VanDerDorf is supply blocked again. Actually, both players are supply blocked now. 50 out of 50 for VanDerDorf, 20 out of 20, or 40 out of 40 for our Japanese. There are 4 villagers throwing up a house really quick right there in order to try to get that up. Castle Age does come through. As mentioned before, it is the floating gate house, or floating gate house. The floating gate for our Japanese player, and a lot of spears just went down right there. That was what? Oh, that was all the spears, actually. That was every single spear has been killed off. Longbows with archers are here now. They are gonna just, okay, he needs to swing around. Never mind, he's just gonna build a Shiro Siphon. Shiro Siphons have been nerfed as well alongside their ram brethren. they do 20, or they take 20% more damage from melee units. Not only that, but they also had their health reduced. Castle Age, are these even castle aged yet? No, they are not. They are just normal hardened samurai are out for our Japanese player. 5 total, 6 on the way. The first Yorishiro should have went inside of the barracks. Yes, it did. A decent amount of this Shiro Siphon's gonna get wrecked though, because the samurais are already here. There's 6 of them. They should be able to do a decent amount of damage to it. We are getting our first actual attack so far. Triumph does get popped. That's a decent amount of damage. These samurai just aren't able to sustain, but there is a springald emplacement now. It is going to be able to do a little bit more damage, but it was a little too late in my opinion. Fortification is trying to come through as well, but there's a Shiro Siphon right here that will just melt it if it decides to attack. Okay, there it goes. Villagers getting burned alive as well. 2 villagers, 4 villagers. 5th one goes down, plus 20 gold to our Byzantine player, and this is not looking good for Light the Beam whatsoever now. It's 25 military against 3. The second Yorishiro is out. Where are you going? Oh, they're getting pulled back. Okay, I didn't notice that they were getting killed. 7 villager kills, 39 villagers for VanDerDorf, 28 military, 34 workers for Light the Beam, 5 military. VanDerDorf sitting on 18 spears, 5 longbows, 5 horsemen, and a single Shiro Siphon against the 1 horseman, 2 samurai, and 1 geisha for our red Japanese player. He does have 2 Yorishiro. Where did the second one go? It went into the forge for the passive gold income. What does he plan on doing from here on out though? VanDerDorf just has such a commanding lead right now. 35 military to 6. That's absolutely insane. A few units are going northbound. Just a single one. I take that back. Did try to go north. There is gonna be an outpost attempting to come up at the gold, but more villagers are getting picked off. A total of 10 villagers, more gold going over to our Byzantine player with every villager kill as well. And in the base of our red Japanese player, there are longbows and archers just laying waste to these villagers. 17 kills so far, 17 villager kills so far for our Byzantine, 0 for our Japanese. This is looking absolutely horrid for our Japanese player now. 38 to 11. The Shinto priest is going to be getting picked off as well. He does have a relic, but it's not gonna... Wait, is he not gonna... Okay, yeah, he is. I thought he was just gonna let that go back, but no. Does he even have a monastery up? Yes, he does. He already has a relic too. That's pretty cool. Good job. Good job getting the relic. Third Yorishiro is out. It's going inside of the normal house. Relic has... Or not relic, but the forge has went down. That means the Yorishiro is no longer active. He needs to focus the barracks. Well, he doesn't really need to do much at this moment. Just needs to A move. Like, that's it. As long as VanDerDorf just A moves, he wins. He just has such a commanding lead, such an amazing presence, that our Japanese player isn't really going to be able to... He hasn't. Like, our Light the Beam hasn't been able to do anything for the last 4 or 5 minutes. He got pretty greedy going into the Castle Age with... Yeah, with a barracks? Like, maybe if he went castle with the stables and just started making a bunch of mounted samurai, that could have been better. But considering he went with the barracks in Castle Age, and then he just got kited. He lost so many units before the Actually, he didn't really lose any units realistically before the fight started. It was the fact that they just took way too much damage before the fight started. Now, if you guys were to watch this back for the initial fight, you would see that a lot of the samurai were severely weakened, and then they got into the fight and VanDerDorf just took it. This is gonna be most likely the last fight, because this is all he has. This is all Light the Beam. Yep, Light the Beam had. GG does get called. Game goes to our green Byzantine player, VanDerDorf. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.